to now focus on the EIA in terms of access. We made a plea, Honorable Chair, honorable members, in our submission around reviewing of Section 108 of the EMA Act. And it is specifically emanating from our lived experience around access to EIA reports. We made a request to EMA, and we were told that we were supposed to write a letter to the Director General, Mr. Chibona, which we did, and they never came until we had to pursue what Honorable Chikobo talked about, that is engaging, which is an expensive exercise, engaging legal practitioners to help us have access to the EIA, copies of EIA. What we were given is not the report, but the certificate. So there's a difference between an EIA certificate and an EIA report. We only got certificates. You cannot read any conditions that are attached within the report. So it's something that I think is, if that document could be availed, then the conditions can be seen which are set in the EIA report. The issues around agreement, I think the other colleagues will help me. Issues around Valley on relocation, I think they will help me. But there is one point that I want to make, Honorable Chair. Our concern in rural communities is that we have people who are relying on small-scale agriculture as a form of livelihood. And all of a sudden, a person is coming from a 5-hectare plot, 5-hectare land, to a 300 square meter, even if it is 400 share, in Muramida growth point. And you are supposed to survive within that vicinity of 400 square meters. We don't have cattle. You know our form of livelihoods for rural communities. We don't have any land to do agriculture. Actually, you are supposed to buy everything that you eat, as opposed to the previous situation where you had land where you would have your own garden, where you have your vegetables. During the rainy season, you are doing agriculture, and you are having food on the farm.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair. I think what my brother is saying, we need to be answered first regards to the criteria which was used in relocations, so that we appreciate what you are saying.
But our November Muramina was something. Then, long conditions, they agreed. When our Waka public popping flavor food, can I think what time is what joke of a gender would become? Would you only marry? What a weird time, but you are to marry. You will only because of what take us in. You are no go at the area. Mama Garamin is called Waka to be what this about one region by cold was what I where Ramanoko was angry. Then you are Biswaka Boris for Basa. One Pinda, I don't go in my timber. I was just 2 days, was not 3 months, Scania. Warimu out of Gasaram area. Waka Biswa mine. Wajenda foot my pig, Angagara Abu, corners were foot my pig in mine.
But question is very safe. Why was we naturally? Number one. Number two, Vanga Vaga promise for employment. They say, Reganoti, Munwesa Pure, Reganoti, Yangere, Munzipe household, Tisha one. I just change it.
In the majority of our restaurants power which you may Panama Hilda, the rest of Agitori in it, Simbari Bushan. Wangawa Kura, my chamber, I got to feel what you are.
So, Honorable Chair,
Yes,
just a follow-up. So those ones who are complaining are from the, who are reallocated to Murambinda work point or from the rural setup?
that's the clarification that we are seeking, so that we are clear. Vana Murambinda vari complain. Vanhu kana vari kukomplaina chii chavari kukomplaina imuri kuti pakasainwa kunzi uyo atochuza kuti handisi kuda kuenda kusara ndiri muvillage, ndinoenda kutaundi kucapital city yeBuhera, ndokwandava kuda kunodii kunogara, kwakusaina uri ndokwandava kuenda. Saka pamaconditions akasetwa in that agreement, committee inoda kuziva kuti chisina kuzozadzikiswa chii apa
ibasa.
Ndo zvatiri kuda kunzwa izvozvo, kuti tichizonorekonzaila kuti 18 vamuri kuti vakaenda kwaMurambinda hanizvo 23 vakaenda kwaMurambinda. Expectation is kune 23 vanhu vari employed. From the 23 movie's, we should get at least 23 people employed. Kana zvaita izvozvo transaction yadi handiti vakasara vari kurural setup, what was the agreement? Handi vakasarawo vachiti saka zvakabvumiranwa zvacho pasina kuzadzikiswa nemai epapi.
And remember to land kumaruzeva for rural setup haitengezwi, inenge iri for free, but yokumurambinda panotengwa land ndizvoka. Ichitengwa land sandaitaunzwa clarification around the cost yerelocation yemunhu akaenda kugrowth point nemunhu akasara kumamisha, kuti what was the cost between the vanhu vese vari tuari.
Maybe I may respond on those questions. Those 23 families located in Murambinda, they've got complaints about water issues. They have some septic tanks, and currently they are using some bucket systems. And at the moment, as I am speaking, they are fearing of cholera, and there is a huge burden on women. On agreements, the terms of agreement, they can be accessed, we can avail them, we can do favor to the community when we go back there. Well, there were in terms of monetary value that they were given, and some of them was paid, I think after 3 months. That agreement is there. In terms of consent, there are some agreement forms, but they refute that the signatures on the papers are theirs. They strongly deny that the signatures are theirs. It's an issue. Then they are also raising an issue to do with their title deeds on those houses. At the moment, they don't have papers that shows that they own those houses. So it's a serious concern that is being raised in Murambinda. On terms of agreement, it was raised that each household should get one person who is employed. But the figures that we have is less than 7 people who are employed at the mine. And those in Murambinda, it was one size fits all in terms of compensation. Whether you had 8 rooms in the Ward 12, you were getting the same houses with someone who had 1 room. And their livestock was not compensated, but they were promised that it was going to be transferred. And some of those agreements are not written, unfortunately. Those are some of the challenges that we have. And those who were left behind, they were promised that each homestead will get a bore that is drilled. But we also have some homesteads that have dry bores. And some of them, they had not those bores. A bore was drilled so that they will share. And we have one of the bores that is producing that reddish brown color. And there is a question that was asked pertaining some environmental degradation. I think last year, I think this year in February, the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission visited Ward 12 pertaining issues to do with environmental degradation. I think they did their own findings there. So those are some of the efforts, some engagement routes that are being taken by the community of Buhera, trying to seek redress in terms of the impacts of mining, how is it affecting them. And also those in the rural area, their toilets, they use unisex toilets, which is also against our cultural issues.
Honorable Chair, I think Fanfana clear, Honorable Chair, because coming from my locations, there's a department from the government side, Value General, who goes background, bonnet evaluation, was the evaluation done by Value General for the government. Was my values, it's by the van. Kwanga vari mumisha mavo ndiri kuda kuzama kunzwisisa panyaya yekutoti matiko pamombe dzavo anakombanzeka. Because panoitwa valuation, Honorable Chair, panenge pachiincludiwa zvese. So ndoda kunzwisisa kuti pakaitwa valuation, mombe dzanga dzisingaincludiwe here ipapo.
So, Chair, I think on that one, like I've said, when we don't have information, we are open to you as members of Parliament. Whether we have that evaluation document, we don't have the information around the evaluation, Honorable Member. I wanted to just make an addition around the relocation for those that are left within the rural community. They still have the possibility of displacement. I think that's the reason why we talked about the pegs that are still within their yards. So that's the issue with them, and our engagement with traditional leaders in the area also, in terms of what they had agreed. I think we've been talking, Honorable Member, around social corporate responsibility. Majority has not been made, but I think it's important that we also let the committee know that one, there's a clinic that was constructed by the mine. Two, there are also some balls which I think we talked about, which were drilled by the mine. Three, there are some members of the community. Maybe it's not up to the satisfaction of locals who were also embroiled in the mine. So the three are the social corporate responsibilities that I think the mine is tried to fulfill. So we should not, we are not here to just talk about the negative part, but also to highlight that these are part of also what is being committed by the mine. And the compensation for which we cannot say it's a social corporate responsibility. That is for those that are at Murabinda. But the valuation, we don't have copies, Honorable Members. I think that's part of what can help in terms of.
I think valuation, you can get it from the people that you are representing, because I've got an example for the people in Sandawan mine, in my area. Value was done in March. The Value General come on the ground and they did valuation for the properties, the entire properties, that is the kettle, the houses and everything. They did valuation and there's a value to that.
I see that
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In addition to the social corporate responsibility that he is talking about, I just want to add just a subsection which is only done on public places like shopping areas and the schools. In the probably I'm tempted to call it greenwashing. Then I also want to talk about the issue of the relocated being asked to choose between a devil and a devil, choosing being relocated locally being a devil and choosing being relocated to Murambila being another devil, in the sense that being relocated locally, you were relocated on the corner of your 5-hectare land, whose 4 hectares has been taken for mining, and they are left with only 1 hectare. But you have no choice to choose to go to Murambila, an urban area that you have never stayed for the rest of your life. You are so skeptic, and you then choose to stay. For those that went to Murambila now, they went to be relocated on a place next to Prevail mine, where there is also the issue of dynamites cracking those homes again. So where you said Parliamentary challenges, that's another challenge. The mother should tell him it also, apart from Yademfo. Then Yadototi, the one were overcrowded. In Kana relocate one us 3-4 years down the line. Vanavangu vakura, vatorora, vamwene vakugarisana nevarora 3-4, unongoziva vana mai vaviri mumba vanonetsa, vana baba avo vakaita vaviri vatatu vanonetsa. Just imagine that situation. We also talk of the Tame area, Tame village, which is behind the mountain, where houses are cracking due to the dynamites. Then on the issue water contamination, I suspect this is a suspicion, because early in the morning there is odor coming up. You know, was a routine. So
Thank you very much.
Probably.
You